Good night, sweet dreams. And in today's dream, we're gonna talk about blessings and how are they connected to our love. That's the thought that I got maybe an hour ago. I got it as usual from my fellow friends, aliens, and what I was feeling from them is the energy again. There are different concepts and beliefs in energy, but I do believe that energy comes from people because we are actually the fuel of this earth. Of course, there's also nature, there's also natural movements and cycles that influence us, but humans are the greatest source of energy and the greatest source of creating physical things even. It is both mental and physical. So imagine how big of a storm we have already created and we keep circling in. The actions of the past form the future and the actions of the moment. Bro, they didn't give me enough words to finish this thought, but let's move on. So let's try to define a blessing. I think for people, blessing is something similar to their dream. But if dreams are something that we put our mind to and we think of it and we can paint it, blessings are unpredictable. They're surprising. So then, blessing is some moments when our life gives us something that we didn't expect and it has a high value for us. Here, speaking of value, we do understand that different people have different values, and that is why something that is blessing to one person will be just ignored by another. And this is where our blessings. I'm just a professional rapper, if you didn't know. So, our blessings are connected to our love. How? Is because we attract our blessings when we react to them. How? We train our brain to think what is attractive to us. So recently I started thinking about those people who have very high value, let's say, the people who almost rule the world and the blessings that led them to their position. Whether it's their family or good opportunity or meeting someone, see, you never really know what the blessing is, but how you use that is what can come to solution. So the blessing is never the result itself. The blessing is the catalysator of something that you want to achieve, and that's the tool. That's the opportunity. You just gotta see it. And it is an ability to see blessings, and it comes from gratefulness often because we actually attract blessings by being grateful. How? We stop ignoring them. You see, everything works just in our brain patterns. And if you teach your brain to notice nice things, if you teach your brain to notice opportunities, if you teach your brain to look what you have around you, to look at your resources, and you just put some thoughts, some actions to make these blessings work for you, you got it. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love? What is love? I think love is also, maybe it sounds boring, but it's also just our brain pattern. It's also our consciousness. The things that we are saying about our consciousness, that we have control over everything, almost. Yeah, because our consciousness is a great thing if it used correctly. Don't do shit. But there are also genetics, which are also the brain patterns of our parents, but mixed, which makes it so magical. I think it's cool to be a Homo sapiens. Fuck, I never thought about it. You know, animals, they don't really have this thing. Like, imagine two monkeys. Oh my god, girl, your ears look just like your mom's. You're so pretty. Oh, thank you, thank you. Your nose is just like your dad's. I really like it. You guys are similar. Maybe I just like your dad. Crazy, no? Like, it's crazy that they don't have these conversations because, first of all, they cannot speak, which is already, the voice is the blessing to humans. And second of all, they don't have these, like, genetic things. Of course, they do, but humans have it more interesting. It's really dope. It's really dope that you can have sisters and brothers and you're all kind of made out of the same dough, but you are different and there's variations of what can come from your parents, and you are a future parent too. And actually, our brain patterns, our consciousness, is something that we're gonna pass to our kids as well. So that is actually interesting because I am sure you've noticed that you may like or love the same things that your parents do, and it's not just paprikolo, pafano. It's because love is something that comes from our mind as well. Like we are thinking about something we like, something we don't like, something we love and don't love. Of course, those things are a bit different, and we do understand that love is more connected to our feelings, not just our brain and our sorting out the things that we enjoy and we don't. But I cannot even be sure. I'm just saying that even for me, maybe when I was a kid, I believed that love is something that just comes naturally and it will just pop out of nowhere and it's gonna be intense. But then I realized that it's not love. It's just a phase of experiencing something new and learning with your brain to enjoy it and embracing it very, very much. And imagine if we would took new things, new experiences, new hobbies as new relationships. Because when you are in a new relationship, you don't want to admit that you fucked up. Let me give you an example. When you just get into a relationship, you may think that, "Ooh, I love this person." Why? Because both of you guys are using a lot of energy to impress each other. Of course, we try to be the best versions of ourselves at the beginning. We think of how I should dress, how can I impress this person, how can I be nicer. And it's good that we're actually making each other be nicer. But it flows with the time. Because when our brain gets used to something, it kind of loses the amount of energy that it puts into the thing. It just gets lazy. It can go both ways. You may get even more impressed and more involved, or you will get bored. And here, I want to say that I think that love is a commitment in many things. Maybe fate does exist. Maybe we are made for some things, and maybe we should just open as many new doors as possible to get that thing that just lights us up and never burns down. I don't know if it's possible. Probably, yeah. Probably, of course, you should find a thing that is totally for you. Oh, by the way, I was watching video today and there was a girl saying that don't try to find your way because you are the way. And it is so true. The thing is, we live in the world when there are roles, when there are boxes, when there are stereotypes and just some labels on things, on people that we should follow. And of course, if You are born in a different time, under different circumstances, from different parents. You cannot be as good as someone in something. Literally, like there are variations of what you can do, and maybe in late capitalism, people are still following these rules, even though they are tired from them, but they kind of have no other choice because they are taught to. So, finding yourself, fate, destiny, are those the same concepts? I think so, yeah. I think it is about the alignment with yourself and your circumstances. It's knowing how to lean in. And it all comes from embracing yourself. See, with some opportunities that for someone may be a blessing, you don't vibe with that a lot because you don't align with that. Maybe vibing is aligning? Yes. Yes. Okay. Fuck, yeah. That's a good word. So, my tip is to vibe. In whatever you do, try to vibe because vibing is aligning and embracing. Wow. Wow. I don't know. Thanks, aliens or whoever sent in this shit to my mind, but I like what I'm saying. Now let's think from a position of a blessing itself. Imagine you are a blessing. You can be a blessing. Actually, a person can be a blessing too. But let's think of something more basic. I'm $100,000. Wow. And I'm like, who should I bless? There is a person who's just gonna waste me on champagne and beaches, and I don't wanna be used like that. There is a person who's gonna pay for its mortgage and children with me, and I'm like, okay, that will be useful. And there's a person who will open their business, generate a lot of revenue, and help other people. And I'm like, wow, I should go to that person because then I will get the most value. I will get the most self respect and reassurance, and I will just be proud of what I gave to this person. So, blessings are the givers from this world. Opportunities, people, feelings, energy that sun gives us, flowers that bloom, those are givers. They give something to our eyes, our skin, they give something to our senses, and they give us life. And if you appreciate them, if you use them correctly, your blessings are just gonna multiply. Your blessings are just gonna be like, wow, yeah, you're doing it right. You're treating me right. You are using me right. I like it. And then blessings bloom. Well, I like what I said, and my incense is almost gone. It means that it's time for me to rest. I am done talking. Thank you for watching. I've been blessed by your eyes. And good night. This time for real. Even for me. Go to sleep, girl. Go to sleep, girl. Get blessed in bed. I'm waiting for this to happen. Bye bye.